Hey everybody, Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum to all. Um, I got on here because I really wanted to. There's some things I've been going through lately, and so I just kind of wanted to talk about it here on this platform. I, as I was a kid, I was told men don't cry. You can't cry. You never really had a place to talk about your feelings. And so I never did. As I got older, that kind of carried on to relationships. I never really kept myself attached to anyone. Um, I can date you, but half the time I had many jobs and I wasn't really around anyway. So it leads to cheating anyway. I was married in my past, and that went away. So other than that, um, as I've gone through life, I've always felt unwanted. But as I am now at the age of 32, I tend to feel more unwanted. As I look back at things, I don't know. The truth is I don't know who I am. And what I mean by that is I don't know anything about my family history. Nor do I really, I've never, some family members I just don't bother to talk to, but I don't know anything about my mom's father or my mom's mother. And Papa, I don't know much about him, or I don't know much about his father or his mother. Um, he's told me some things, but we later on in life had a rocky relationship before he passed on. So that wasn't. He really didn't talk about things like that. So, but everything that he was more of a teacher, and I appreciate his teachings. But I've now at the age of 32, I had been wanting to do this, but I just never fulfilled it, even when I was old enough to do it. And that was to reinvent myself. And when I say reinvent myself, which means change my name, disassociate from a lot of people that I used to associate with, and go create my own path and go my own way without anyone. And at the age of 32, I'm starting to do that. So I travel all over. And so I've learned that I like being alone. I really do. I have a small group of friends, but those friends are really good people. God, they're really good people. But I can't escape the fact and the feeling that I feel unwanted. I cannot escape that. I don't know why. I can't escape it. Um, with school, I had submitted everything I needed for school, and I've been talking to the school since November. As everyone knows that's on my channel, they know my struggles with trying to finish schooling for PTA. I switched it over now to respiratory. Submitted everything, had to retake my HESI exam. I scored my HESI with a higher score than I did the last two times, and I got it with an 86. I was so happy. Everything was geared to go. I was supposed to sign this paperwork second week of February, then was pushed to the third week of March, to being told the other day no one even looked at my stuff. Nobody. Nobody looked at my stuff. I said, well, I don't understand why not. The apartment that I wanted, I lost it because I didn't put in to lease the apartment. I put it in, by the time, waiting on the school, by the time I went ahead and said, okay, somebody else had already booked it or rented it or something like that. You know, say, como se dice. But there was only a select few of apartments that were in my price range that I needed, that partnered with a particular company called Flex. And that would have worked. So by the time they tell me possible June is when I can come physically to the class after completing the two classes online, June to November, I'd be homeless. I would, I'm doing this on my own. And it sucks because 4 years, 3 years going to four, I've been struggling to get this schooling done. But the thing that keeps me going is, when Les Brown says, if you do things in life that are hard, then later on in life, your life will be easy. If you do things that are easy, later on in your life will be hard. So I'm trying so much. But family has become such a broken thing to me, and I don't for me that that are not my blood, but that includes family and friends. But I think the void that I still tend to see is um, when they are with their family. And I see the way that they interact in their family. And it's not something that I've had in my family, nor uh, it's, do I have it? It's so broken now. So after this contract, I'll stop traveling. I've taken the 23andMe DNA test. My dad told me certain things of being Afro-Latino and stuff like that, which is great. I'm proud of my Afro-Latino heritage, but there's a lot of things he never did tell me, and I want to know. And sorry, that's my alarm. 1 second. So there's a lot of things I don't know, and I'm wanting to learn about it. I've come to realize the farther away that I am, the more comfortable I become. I think I shouldn't feel like that. I don't know. I even thought about going to Mexico for a while. But there's so many things I have to do. I feel like my life, I'm not in control of it right now. I'm in control of certain things, but I'm so used to having my own apartment and having everything, and I have all of my stuff spread in 1, 2, 3 different states and 2 cities. So I got to get everything back in one. I smile a lot, and I love to smile, but in the inside, honestly, I'm very, very sad. I can hide it pretty well. I think that sometimes being in this state, seeing how family orientated this state is, gets to me a little bit. But in all honesty, I am. Mentally, I feel like I don't feel sad, but I know my heart is sad. It is. It's very sad. So I've kind of continued to work and do things so I don't think about it. But there's a small part in my heart that has been very sad for many, many years. And yeah, I don't know. And that's difficult. It's very difficult. So I've always turned to music, and I would go on and perform and do things and perform and play, which has made me feel so good. And then COVID hit. Obviously not performing, but things are kind of getting some normality back, and I have wanting to return to the stage, but there's so many things in my mind that I'm dealing with, and my energy level. I go to the gym to release this frustration, but the more that I work out, the more things I think about, and the things I try not to think about, like, family love and things like that. I try not to think about those things, and sometimes I'll see certain things in the streets and I'm like, oh, and it's hard to think about that because I remember Jonathan, who's my father. I remember he said, you have to put something on the table that you never had if you want to be successful in life. And what I put on the table was love because I didn't have it. And so he said, once you play this game of life and this is what you're throwing on the table, that's it, no more. There's somebody that I have that loves me the same way. I won't say who she is, but I have my little family there, and I'm so protective and wanted to. The truth is there's a love that I never had that I've always wanted. Like kind of like in the like in those movies, like in the Home Alone movies, there's a dysfunctional family, but at the very end These came together. I wasn't that. I didn't have that. It was given to me, but at the end of the day, I wasn't. I wasn't the one. I was the. I was the second or third. So it's just kind of crazy on that end, but I'm gonna start doing these things, kind of talking about my feelings and kind of the things that go on in my mind. I think I've been able to do things. I don't. It's already a 10-minute video. Any advice? Has anyone else felt like this? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. No idea. So that's my story so far. See you guys in the next upload.